Fans, if you're watching this after we did this live, thanks for rewatching this. I don't know why you would. That was a bit of a weird one.
No, you should definitely rewatch. Come on.
Welcome to Clips and Dip. I am Chuck Mockler, joined by Will Updike. Follow Adam A. Adam Oslin is doing the radio on AM 570 right now. We're hanging out after the Clippers blow a 21-point lead to the Lakers. An absurd game from LeBron James, which didn't make any sense. An absurd game from the Clippers without Paul George and Ivica Zuba. What a weird way to end the hallway series. Will, how are you doing? Just immediate thoughts. We're going to talk on the chat and stuff. Thanks for hanging out. But Will, how are you doing? We just finished watching that game. My brain's kind of melting.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in. It's a bummer, especially given the recent history between the two teams, that this is the way that it'll end. But ultimately, that's not what's important for the Clippers, and that's not what's important for this season. But wow, what a way for it all to go down. This team has just not been looking great. I will say in this one, there were at least stretches from the starters where they looked really good, but just some of the miscues, the turnovers. That was ridiculous.
I don't know what. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. This fresh in everyone's mind.
On.
Michael Salas saying, I think we should play PJ, Plumlee, and Russ together more. We're going to get the lineup data from someone who's better at compiling it than we are on Twitter when it's ready. But I think if you watch that game, most people would put a large portion, not the whole thing, a large portion of this loss on the Plumlee, PJ Russ stint to open that fourth. And I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair. And like PJ Tucker, like, man, you're complaining, you're talking all this stuff about like playing time, and you won't take an open shot, a wide open shot.
He almost did. He was this close. He went up and then he passed it to Russ, and Russ had to try and make some kind of layup, and it didn't work out. So
we're getting some Ty Lue issues in here, and like
I'll put him on.
His hand is so forced in this one. So who like I agree that some of like the rotations, the way that we're constructed was a little questionable, but like there's not a lot of depth there to work with.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Obviously, no Zoo, no PG. But there's ways to use, like, there were just some issues, too. We saw Daniel Tice on LeBron James.
I think that was fine because he was just taking threes.
But it wasn't just in the threes, though. Like, and also, why not put, like, then...
He wasn't going to the paint. He went to the paint that one time. I feel like when Tice was on him, I could be wrong. No, I can't.
But like, it's just
I can't. It's all a blur. The way that one ended is yeah.
I'm just watching clips. I'm watching Mo Dakil's Twitter, and it's just like, yeah, we didn't. The one time we didn't let LeBron get the switch and get Daniel Tice or something like that, they got the stop, and that's how we got a chance to tie it up. And the inbounds play was bad. That was frustrating to watch.
Yeah, okay, so that I think is so questionable. I get, obviously you want to get the ball in the hands of your best player, and they did get Kawhi the shot. I just don't get why you're going for the tie. Why go for the tie? Like, why? And I mean, it's a lower percentage shot to begin with. Yes, it is Kawhi. Yes, I mean, obviously you trust him, but why go for the tie?
It was just kind of the fast version of let Kawhi try and score.
Yeah.
Like I was hoping. We've seen Ty Lue drop some fantastic ATOs this season. You can't deny that. Even if you're not liking Ty Lue right now, you can't deny we have seen him draw those up before. I was looking for that tonight, and we didn't see it. Again, welcome to everyone watching. We're fresh off the Clippers blowing a 21-point lead against the Lakers.
Oh,
yes, they were down PG and Zoo, but if you're up 21, you should probably win the game. Let's talk.
We are getting an outlier comment in here, which I do think should also be acknowledged.
Wait.
From Race Marlin.
Race Marlin. Which, Race, if this is your real name, sick-ass name. Honestly, Clips look good. I know this was a tough loss, but LeBron's fourth was more of an outlier than anything. Not a bad point. Not a bad point at all. It was absolutely insane. He shot, let me pull up the old box score so I can. He was 7 of 12 from 3. Part of that is an outlier, right?
I mean, it's the math problem, right? Like you can't stop anything. I think having LeBron shoot those threes, like I mean, you keep somebody on him. It's not wide open.
Oh.
But it's one of those shots that I think to a certain degree you have to live with.
We also scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. So that's something we can maybe
terrible.
Look at
Terrible.
Maybe it wasn't entirely the defense on LeBron James that lost us the game. Maybe it was also scoring 6 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
James Harden was 2 of 9 from 3 tonight. He had one of the worst turnovers of the year. He started the game great, but he had a really bad turnover in the fourth on this one. This was a game where everything that could go right did for a period of time.
Yeah.
100%. And then everything that could go wrong also did.
Yeah, I mean, I expected the falter to really come in the third. And then give TJ the more.
Send him home. He was not good tonight.
Yeah. Those turnovers, like I mean, absolutely pivotal in the game. There was some lethargy there. I mean,
lethargy.
I thought so.
No, I know. I'm just harsh words.
This team just hasn't looked as on a string as we've seen them look before.
Sure.
And at post, they just haven't looked like the same team since that Grammy trip. They really haven't.
Yeah, the Grammy trip was a grind. I'm looking at the shot chart right now from the Clips, and who did they miss a bunch of three-pointers in the fourth? I mean, 16 points in the fourth is insane.
That's absurd. Yeah, that should never happen with this offense. Even down Paul George, that's ridiculous.
I want this lineup.
And Terrence had a great game too.
Terrence was phenomenal. If you're in the chat, show some love to Terrence Mann, who was
blowing
in this game.
I mean, we used to talk about this when the Clippers were on that losing streak, when Zoo started having this breakout play when Harden first came to the team. Like, it feels like a waste to lose those games. When you get out, for Terrence, it's more consistency, I guess, than like a super outlier. But
I mean,
when you get those sort of games, like you got to take it home,
Yeah, I mean, it's 78% from the floor from Terrence.
Thank you, Michael Salas. T-Man has been playing well. Like 3 straight games, he's looking damn good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
So the Clippers, by the Phil Jackson standard, no longer contenders.
Yeah. So Arlu said, why did the Clippers play PJ just because he spoke publicly? No, because everyone's hurt right now.
Yeah, that's
why.
There's no other option. I don't think we're gonna see Ty go back to Kobe Brown or something in his place. I don't see it. I don't know if they have their eyes or feelers out for any buyout candidates, but they're like, there's no one else. There's no one else.
There's no one else. Yeah, I mean, the Otto Porter, everyone wants Otto Porter Jr. That's someone who Clips fans want. And sure, because PJ Tucker's not doing it. You can't complain like that. Get an open shot, pass up the shot, miss the shot. I don't care. Miss
the shot would have been fine. Miss the shot would have been fine.
Miss the shot, it's fine. Yeah, it was just that. I mean, the first part of this game was great, though, right? Like, for a period of time, Daniel Tice
100%.
and Mason Plumlee played great in this game and really helped the Clippers out. AD got in early foul trouble all because of Mason Plumlee, which was lucky, of course. There's a crazy free throw disparity to start this game for the Clippers, which, again, these are the things you need to go right when you're down 2 starters on a team where we talked about this with Adam. If you're new to the stream, welcome, by the way. We host a podcast called Clips and Dip. Usually Adam Oslin is with us too. This team's not that deep rotation player-wise.
No.
So when you lose 2 of the 8, 7 because you can't count PJ Tucker. He shouldn't be in the rotation, right? Like
I just
it's
don't
gonna
think
be
he can.
tough.
I don't think he can play. I don't see what value he adds on the floor.
Yeah, because it's full blown 4-on-5 on offense. It's insane. Scott,
He set a good screen, I guess.
yeah, sturdy screen setter. Not
Screen.
a shooter.
I think he got a screen assist in this game.
Which, hey, if you counted those, he was close to a triple double. But yeah, I mean, Plumlee again to start this game was good, and then Plumlee just hit a wall. That was in that fourth quarter when things just halted. This is a great question. Michael Salas, what's it going to take to get Bones in there? Couldn't tell you. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen.
Yeah, I got to be honest.
know.
This one is really puzzling to me because, it wasn't until he was sent home that we found out like how deep the rift had really gotten there. And
I think rift is maybe a strong word. I think he was just a little peeved. He's peeved.
I think there's been issues. And then, we heard from some of the beat reporters. I think I saw from Law Murray of The Athletic that, it seems like he was sort of asked to do some things to adjust his role. And it seems like internally, maybe those expectations weren't really met. I don't know. Was it to the level that he's no longer playable in an NBA game? Like, I guess I'm not sure on that. Like, it's that bad?
I mean, I guess they're happy enough with this guard rotation with Russ and Norm. Norm was rough tonight from 3. Norm was brutal tonight from 3.
Yeah.
Russ, I don't know, okay-ish game. He was +3, like not elite, obviously. But when you put him out there, when you have 3 non-shooters out there, it's like, what do we expect? That's not putting Russ in a position to succeed.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Russ stan, if those of you who watch the show know. But I would like to see him succeed for this team. So you got to put him with shooters out there because that's how he's effective.
Yeah. I mean, the lineup with just him and PJ alone is never going to work.
No.
Like you add another non-shooter in there, and like what do you think is going to happen? I just don't know.
Right. There's only so much good that it can do. Like all the good on offense with if you're playing with 3 non-shooters, all the good on offense is kind of lucky.
Yeah.
With 3 non-shooters like that. I do want to give Norm played some crazy off-ball defense tonight, which was surprising. He was like kind of like a free safety. It was kind of nuts.
Yeah, he's running around. He's getting active.
Yeah, got absolutely destroyed. He still has that crazy thing on his forehead. Arlu's hot in the chat. Hates the loss to the Lakers. Maybe I should call in sick. Maybe. Or just deal with it.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah, this one, I don't know, man. I did like the comment someone pointed out the LeBron 3-point shooting was an outlier.
Of course, yeah.
But it's also, and there was a lot of things that didn't help the Clippers that was their own fault.
I mean, I think I just think the bigger thing, like the thing to be mad about more than that was just like the turnovers and just like the lack of execution. And I do really think that ATO at the end was not great.
It was tired legs.
It was not good.
That was the largest fourth quarter comeback by a LeBron James team in his career.
Wow.
They were down 21 in the fourth, and they won. Not good. Not good.
Not good. No.
Hope PG's better by the time we play the Wizards. I think he should be.
Yeah.
People are hot in the chat.
Makes sense. I mean, this is
this
not good.
Sucks.
This is not good.
Should we get Rod on the pod?
Might be time. See
what he's doing. Go said, please, we're already dead. Yeah, what do you seriously take away from this game? What's your serious takeaways? Let's try and, I know it's hard because they just lost and we're very frustrated, which makes sense. What are your serious takeaways from this game?
I mean, these Clippers margins are just razor thin. And it's still the regular season, and we know that the playoff rotations and stuff are going to shrink, but they just don't have the depth that we've been accustomed to before. And especially a lot of people are pointing out the size, like especially with the size constraints on the roster. Like, who we're gonna need. I mean, we're gonna need 65 games from both Kawhi and Paul George, and probably. I mean, how many games can James even end up playing? 70 something.
Yeah.
Every game essentially that he can play. It's just anything. Yeah, anytime we have to have 3 bench players on the floor at one time is not looking really good for the Clippers right now.
Yeah. We're getting some press conference quotes. Ty Lue was asked about the Russ Tucker Plumlee spacing. He said, "There's space because PJ can shoot. He just didn't take the shots." He said that lineup wasn't the issue with the collapse.
What?
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Based on what?
Based on the idea of PJ Tucker's shooting.
That's
how I'm interpreting that. I don't want to interpret it like that, but that's how I am interpreting it. I think I'm not advocating for it. Hold on, there's some other quotes coming up too. He said the spacing wasn't there, and he takes responsibility. He said Kawhi switched off LeBron several times late because the game plan coming in was to switch. They started sending a second guy at LeBron, which Ty said, "You're at LeBron's mercy if you do that."
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't get back in transition. Didn't get organized.
No.
More of the same things that we've been seeing from the Clippers recently, right?
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing that's so troubling, right? Like, it's just been since the All-Star break, this team has not really looked much better than a 500 ball club, and that is especially troubling.
Putting the overlay on just to see how this looks. Yeah, I mean, the switching thing is kind of frustrating because you're like, all right, the switching thing is frustrating. Because 21 points in the fourth is insane. Lucas Hahn, our quasi boss, pointed out the Clippers were up 9 points with 9 minutes left when Kawhi came back in and Russ and PJ went out. They lost those 9 minutes by 13 points.
Brutal.
Just the late game execution, and that's where it's like they did a great job in the first half, right? The ball denial on AD was phenomenal to start this game from the Clippers. For most of the game, I would say.
And I would also posit too, if it wasn't for some solid 3-point shooting in the third, like this is another blowout for the Clippers. This is another ugly game against a Western Conference team.
So the Clippers also had a chance in the third to push it to 20 points in the third, but they couldn't hit those threes.
Yeah.
There was like all these mini little runs that happened in this game. And obviously the giant run, the Clippers were on the wrong side of. So it's just like, yeah, I genuinely mean it when it was like everything that went right at one point, and everything that went wrong also went wrong at one point. And because you're in part down PG and Zoo, you're just going to lose every game where that happens.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
That's a frustrating game. Now I'm less just outright mad now, and now just kind of like frustrated by it. Yeah, he was like, LeBron exploded. We played horrible, and then LeBron exploded. So it was like, yeah. He still feels good about the Clippers. He doesn't let one loss take away from what's been built. So that's good. I don't know. I'm not feeling super great right now in the long term. I guess, I hope PG can come back looking solid. Oh, great. We got the quarter. Fantastic. We got the fourth quarter, did it? Norm 1 of 5 in the fourth.
Yeah.
Everyone other than Kawhi made 1 or 0 baskets, which is just brutal.
The Norm thing, though, like what do you do with that?
It's brutal. It's just that's like another outlier, right?
Yeah.
Like in a game of outliers, it's like we're on the wrong end of it. Dan M says, "How does that lineup give any valuable feedback on how effective the players are?" I don't know if it does. That's what happens when you're in a pinch, right? Like we're going to see some dog shit lineups, and we did. They came at the wrong time when they went as poorly as they possibly could have gone.
Yes.
6 turnovers in the fourth quarter by the Clippers.
Yeah. After what at the half? Like 2?
2 turnovers at half. We had 3 turnovers in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah. The starts to both of these quarters were in the second half were absolutely dog shit.
Harden and Norm both played the full fourth. Harden only took 1 3. Norm went 1 of 5.
Heesh.
Harden with 2 turnovers in the fourth. One of them was that one from the baseline, which if you saw that turnover, it was so frustrating. He thought Norm was going to cut or something like that, and he just threw it into the stands. Scott Tran saying the difference was the Lakers weren't afraid to shoot the 3. Part of that was LeBron James being on a crazy heater.
Yeah, they did take double the amount of attempts, though, from 3 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, yeah.
And that, like, when the Lakers first took the lead, too, I mean...
Agree, Jose. You're right.
They were kind of I felt like they were conceding some of the 2-point shots.
Who? Sorry, the Clips?
No, the Lakers. I thought they were they were conceding some of the 2-point shots, just to keep the lead a little bit longer.
Yeah, and it's a math problem, right? They took 23 field goal attempts in the fourth. We took 17.
Yeah,
but
I think double the amount of threes is insane.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like that, if you're getting double up in threes, I would assume that you're probably losing that game,
unless you quadruple up on twos. Just looking at the game charts here. God, this is just. We lost rebounds by 3, which isn't even that crazy.
Jesse, go. I think we treated Marcus Morris too harshly the way PJ is playing. That's great.
I think he's right.
Yeah.
At least PJ's not playing a bunch of minutes.
At least Morris would shoot. Yeah.
I guess. Second chance points we just got crushed in 14-7. Transition is where things were brutal for the Clippers. When things were going bad, it was because the Clippers were missing threes and then were not able to get back on defense. And the Lakers scored in transition. The first half, both teams had 40 points in the paint.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, just not good. Miles Johnson with some heat for Lawrence Frank. Kobe, Brandon Boston, PJ, Primo, Moon, Plumlee, Diabate, and Russ at times are all unplayable. Lawrence Frank has a roster with over half of the players who can't play. Uh-oh. Folks, we got a special guest dropping in.
Do we?
Carl Tart.
Carl!
Can you see me?
We can see you and hear you. How are you, good sir?
Not good.
That was bad. Good. That was bad, man. What happened?
That was bad, dog. That was bad. I'll tell you a couple things. One of the reasons, the person whose fault is the biggest, Ivica Zuba.
For not playing?
Always letting us down. Constantly letting us down.
Always letting us down. How dare he get sick?
You're supposed to be taking your zinc. You're supposed to be taking your vitamin C. You're supposed to be eating your garlic. You're supposed to be taking your vitamin.
Washing your hands.
Washing your hands. Staying 6 feet apart. You in the middle of a basketball season. You gonna get sick. You gonna make us trot Daniel Tice. Daniel never rebounded in his life. Tice. You gonna make us trot Mason. I forgot how to play basketball. Plumlee out there.
He did really let us down, man.
Who else?
Let us down, dog.
Who else is to blame?
PJ Tucker.
Clap it up for a great take from Carl Tart.
PJ Tucker, man. What you doing fighting Norm on the bench, dog? Norm is contributing to this team.
Yes.
Now, I love PJ. He's only, 2 years older than me? 2-3 years older than me.
Yeah.
He's got the swag on 100,000 trillion.
Sure.
And yet, come on, man.
Can't hoop. He can't play.
Can't play, dog. Cannot play.
Should not play.
Should not play. And yet you fighting a dude who is balling. You fighting the bow-legged bucket. We're imploding, guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good right now, man.
What did you think of that final play, Carl? Like, why? Like, would you go for the tie in that situation?
Yes, I would go for the tie. But also,
Will's all about trying to go for the win right there.
beyond that, and basketball-wise, I would go for the tie. Beyond that, how about you simply just maybe get somebody there to try and attempt an offensive rebound with that much time on the clock?
Sure.
If you're going to tie, just get somebody there. Because in my opinion, well, what I thought was going to happen, I didn't see the whole floor, but in that moment, I was with somebody, we were watching, and he goes, "So what's going to happen now? They double Kawhi and Harden goes for the win?" And I go, "No, they're going to double Harden because Harden is a 3-point threat right now, and they're going to leave one person on Kawhi, probably be whoever their best defender is out on the court at that moment, Cam Reddish, I guess, but he wasn't guarding Kawhi. I think it was a little bit early in the clock to try that. I think Kawhi could have got a little bit closer to the basket.
Yeah. Tough shot.
Do I think they would have called a foul on LeBron even if he had fouled him? No.
Fair. Kawhi's not getting calls. Kawhi's not getting calls the last couple games.
Kawhi's not getting calls, and he especially isn't getting calls when LeBron James is playing defense on him.
Sure.
Because they're not going to – because LeBron committed a couple fouls during that run that they didn't call. Mm-hmm. That's the power of that jersey, man. LeBron never got treated like the way he does until he puts on that jersey.
So what would you have done against him? Because his fourth quarter was obviously an outlier tonight.
Well, that was
insane.
I would have told Daniel Tice to act like he's in the NBA and play a little bit better defense. It
was horrible watching that. Watching Daniel Tice stand there like this and LeBron just shoot it and feel totally comfortable.
I would have put Kawhi on him, number one, at least for a couple times.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, because there's nobody else offensively. First of all, Kawhi's not about to guard AD.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nobody else offensively that's going to hurt, that's going to kill us in that moment on that team.
Yeah.
Nobody else. Y'all can not y'all two, but like the public.
The larger y'all.
Yeah, can ride the dick of Austin Reeves all you want to. He's not killing us in that moment.
Right.
Rui Hachimura is not killing us in that moment. Cam Reddish is nothing in that moment. So why don't we have our best defender guard their best player?
Did you hear what Ty Lue said?
What did he say?
His thing was that the plan was to switch all night, and that's why Kawhi wasn't on him. That was the logic, which I was frustrated with by that quote.
Oh, by the way, I'm blaming Ty Lue for this loss. I jokingly blame Zuba, but I am legitimately blaming Ty Lue for this loss.
That lineup to open the fourth was brutal.
And I'm blaming him for our slump since we were the 1 seed.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, we had some injury stuff. You just don't blow a 21-point lead.
In the fourth. Not just a 21-point lead.
Yeah.
A 21-point lead in the fourth quarter of a basketball game. LeBron's largest comeback ever.
You just don't do it. You just don't do that. However, for some optimism for the people who are watching this right now.
We're fresh off the loss also. We're fresh off it. It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pissed off.
It stinks.
I'm pissed.
It stinks.
I, for one, am pissed. But for the people who are watching this right now, I want to add some hope that I think can go on. We have beat the Lakers every season, all the games, and then we go and lose in a bad fashion in the playoffs. So let them win.
I like it.
They win. Do they win? Is this the last game of the season series or no? We got one more.
This is the last one.
Yeah, this is the last one ever. Yeah.
They went 3-1 against us. Yeah, they got us 3-1 this year.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, guess what that means?
Championship.
We're going way further in the playoffs than that team ever will.
Uh-oh, we got Adam Oslin coming in.
Oh my God! Look at
Oh, everything. Adam, what's going on, buddy?
You guys got me?
We
Yeah.
got you.
the gang is back together.
Yeah, we made it. How's it
You
going,
know-
Adam?
I'm about to take calls, so I don't know how it's going to go. But this was a historic comeback by the Lakers. You guys see that tweet? Down 21 in the fourth, like it's never happened, something like
Yeah.
that. You can't play 3 non-shooters like that to start the fourth quarter, period. For everyone complaining about lack of size and why aren't we matching up with more bigs, this is why. Mason Plumlee, next to PJ Tucker, who wouldn't shoot that 3, and Russell Westbrook, 3 non-shooters next to Norm and Harden trying to do everything, is not going to work. And you thought you'd get away with it. You couldn't get away with it even though you were up 21. They just started bleeding out points, and then the turnovers came in bunches. They had 7 turnovers in the fourth. They had 7 turnovers entering the fourth. They had 4 straight turnovers at one point. This loss should not have happened. LeBron was incredible. Like, he burns you with 3-pointers. Okay, but you were still up 21.
Yeah.
You can't score 16 points in the fourth quarter.
Not at all. I'll take LeBron shooting 10 threes any day of the week.
Yeah, of course. If that's how you lose. We brought this up too. Kawhi came in. The Clippers were still up 9 or whatever that was. They lost those. Adam's got to put that work in really quick. They still lost those minutes. So it was like everything that went right in this game did in the beginning, and then everything also went wrong right at the end. It was rough. What do you think? What's the turnaround, Carl? What is Ty Lue doing? Because we were saying we've heard the same thing every time after these losses, right? It's like we didn't get back in transition. We missed threes. They didn't mentally lock in. Like, where do we go?
Turnovers, all that type of stuff. I don't know. I don't know where we can go. I have no clue. I got no takes. I know that I am upset, and I, for one, am pissed.
Are you pissed off?
And you know what? I don't normally say this, but I, for one, am pissed.
Will, what are you doing? What are you telling these guys before they play the Wizards on Friday? Russell Westbrook's bobblehead night, so he's going to go for a triple-double. Russ was also perfectly fine to kind of bad tonight. Will, what are we doing? Let's get back on track.
It's a must win. At the end of the day, you got to shake this one off. Like you have you have a get right game against the Wizards, and then you have a couple of really tough challenges in the Timberwolves and the Bucks. And like, while this one stings, like you got to take the lessons learned from this one, namely, don't put 3 non-shooters on the floor, and you got to try to turn things around, man. Because if they go 1 and 2 over that stretch, like things are starting to look pretty ugly.
Yeah,
I'll pull the schedule
quick.
up.
We moving down. The West is too tight right now.
It's too, yeah.
And West is as I like to call it, asshole tight.
Man.
The West is non-asshole tight.
This is where we're at right now. We screen share on this pod now, Carl. We've moved up to bigger and better things. This is what we're looking at here for the old West. Clippers are 4 games out of first. Number 1 seed is not going to happen.
No,
that's not going to happen.
The only one it's going to happen for is the Thunder.
Yeah, maybe the Nuggets.
How have the Nuggets played so many more games than us?
I don't know. The Lakers have played more games too.
Because we were playing all of our games in March, Carl.
Yeah, we play 17 games in March. For those of you
and they're all just constantly against the Celtics and the Timberwolves.
We play the Bucks and the Timberwolves 26 times.
Yeah.
But no, the schedule is getting rough too. The schedule gets to a point we're really kind of running into a buzzsaw coming up here. We got, after this Wizards game, Timberwolves, Bucks, back to back. Houston for a 3 and 4. So it's tough. It's going to be difficult. Carl, do you think they finish in the 4th seed or are they slipping down to 5?
I think we could still finish in the 4.
Okay.
I think we match up well against Phoenix, which is good if they stay in the 5 because that'd be the 4-5 game. I wouldn't hate a first round series against Phoenix, bro.
It's probably
mean-
better. It's probably better than some of the matchups, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Then the Pels or the Mavs or the Kings. Give me the Kings.
Or the Thunder.
Give me the Kings first round. If that's possible. That's very possible right now. Clippers stay at 4. The Kings are 1 game out of the 5th seed. Clippers Kings, sign me up for that all day. It'll be
Yeah, I like
difficult,
that.
but not as difficult as Suns, Pels, or Mavs.
No. I don't want the Pelicans in first round. I don't want the Pelicans just have our card, man.
Yeah.
Big ass team.
They just know how to beat us. If they're healthy, Brandon Ingram goes off against us. I'm like, bro, why do you play so well against us when the Lakers are the ones that fucking didn't believe him?
Yeah. We're just here.
No, it's just like such a physical series too. Like that. I mean, like having to get through that just to get to the second round would be that's a tough road to hoe.
Where your
Manuel, I like what Manuel says here. I feel like
Yeah.
ever since the media started hyping us up, almost every day, that's when we started falling apart. And I guarantee you, tomorrow's media is going to roast the shit out of us. We're getting
That's good.
cooked.
We
for
need
that.
it. We
Get
deserve
ready.
it.
Everybody, wrap yourselves in aluminum foil. Put some vegetables around you because we getting cooked.
We
all
deserve
day.
it.
We deserve it. We definitely deserve it. We definitely deserve to get cooked. I will say that we thrive because of like, this is just opinion, of course, but I feel like our team thrives in nobody believing in us and us being buried.
Get us
We
out,
thrive.
off the radar, in the
Get
shadows.
us off the radar.
Yeah.
Get us in the shadows. We got a shadow-like team. I've been pissed off this season because people, we started off 0-6 with James Harden, 1-6 or something like that. And everybody was like, I knew it was going to fail. And then we started cooking. And everybody goes, well, of course, that's what they're supposed to do. And he goes, what are you, like, what? Like,
Yeah.
why?
What are we supposed to do?
I thought I was gonna fail.
Yeah.
We're supposed to win and lose.
So,
That's it.
ugly loss tonight, disgusting loss. Always stings more when it's against those guys. I will say I'm not afraid of that team at all in the playoff series. I think they're going to lose in the first round. 39-year-old LeBron James being your best player, bailing you out of a 21-point lead is ridiculous. Nasty work.
It was gross. It was a greasy.
Yeah.
How crazy is it that he's the point at 40 years old?
Bro.
Like, what?
Bro. I love the guy. He's my goat.
Oh,
But he, like, that shit is nuts, bro.
It doesn't make any sense. And he wants a max contract.
He deserves it. Look at the fucking team.
When he turns 42, you're going to be paying him $63 million.
I don't give a shit what they paying him. But, yeah, tank the team. Let him be a 42-year-old
Take
man.
the team. Yeah, so Jose saying this, the bench does need work. Carl, we were talking about this. In terms of actual playoff rotation guys on the Clips, there's like 7 guys. You got the starting 5, and then you got Norm and Amir, and then
And barely.
Russ.
Amir is dipping a toe in that shit. He has been very good this season, but there are times where he disappears still. And
but he's in the bottom end of the playoff rotation.
but you like you
'Cause
trust
who
him,
else is?
You trust him to soak up some minutes over like who would you put over him? Like
nobody. I think I would like to petition that they let me play instead of PJ Tucker.
I'd be fine with that. Yeah, I'd sign that.
You would bring the age of the roster down, which would
That's true.
We're about the same size.
Yeah.
We got the same haircut.
same mobility.
Same mobility.
Yeah. You would shoot
I
them.
would, and I will say this, and y'all don't have to believe it. I would guarantee you that I would make more 3-point baskets than he would in the game.
Guarantee.
Will I be able to guard anybody? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But if you leave me open in the corner, I will knock one down.
Sure.
I got proof of myself.
And they'll leave you open.
They're gonna leave me wide open. And they're gonna be like, oh shit, do we actually have to put somebody on this fucking ass?
You're gonna make it and they're gonna do the
like this guy for real. Hey, I got footage of me. We can put it on the Clips and Dibs Twitter.
Absolutely.
I got footage of me knocking down 3 straight at the Clippers practice facility.
I know you can hoop.
You're staying ready. You're staying warm.
Ask Big Vlad. Big Vlad was there. Big Vlad saw me knocking him down.
Shout out to Vlad. Clipper Vlad, hope you're doing well. Jeremy Mormon wants to know how much you can bench. We had this discussion earlier. We think that the only NBA player, I can't outbench any NBA player. We think the only NBA player that Will could outbench is Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
What NBA player do you think you could outbench? You could bench
probably,
a lot.
Probably all of them.
All of them?
I would say a majority. I think I can bench press 335.
Okay, damn. Yeah, that's probably. I mean, yeah. What does PJ bench?
PJ probably can't hit 335. Well, how tall is PJ? 6'8"?
Something like that.
Or is PJ like a generous 6'5", 6'6"?
He's 6'5". He's listed at 6'5".
Yeah, so me and PJ are damn near the same fucking size.
Yeah.
So. I probably got PJ by like 30 pounds though.
Yeah,
he is still in very good shape, and I'm not.
Hey, he got that right. That interview where he was just like rambling about playing time at the end. He was like, "My advice to anyone younger than me is stay in shape," and it's like that's pretty good advice. I guess.
Yeah. I should have took that advice years ago, but I started doing comedy.
But if you were getting that PJ money just to work out, imagine where you'd be right now.
Oh, dude. I mean, look, I already work out for free. I pay to work out. He says, Luis Lima says, bro, lying. All right, Luis, thanks. I mean, you know what, Luis, you caught me, bro. If there's one place I gotta lie, it's for how many people are in here?
84 right now.
It's for the 84 guys in this clips and dips. That right now.
What? Oh, positive tonight. Terrence Mann, he was good tonight.
Terrence is coming along and he's doing great. Did anybody go see him at the Grove?
I did not. I was working.
Did anybody in the chat go and see him at the Grove? I got my hoodie and my T-shirt today. I got my crew neck ordered. It should be here in a couple days. Yeah.
Were you at the Grove, Carl?
I didn't make it to the Grove because I didn't know about it. They didn't promote that shit at all. I would have went
at all.
Also, let me ask you this: is it weird if I had gone because I'm like 7 years older than T-Man? Hey, my man, you think you could sign this for me? So y'all know that the one authentic jersey I have, the one like gameplay, is T-Man.
Yeah.
So I sat courtside in my friend Phil Lord's seats one game, and I was wearing a T-Man. I told y'all about this before when I said I was going, and T-Man came over and fist bumped me. And this is a 360 from when 180 from when I saw him at Creation Juice, and I was like, T-Man, and he like looked at me like I was a fucking asshole. He looked at me like probably the same expression that Luis had when I said I bench press 335.
Yeah. I don't think it would have been weird if you would have went to the Grove today. I think had you been wearing his jersey, that would have maybe been a little.
Well, the thing is, I would have taken it for him to sign.
That's different. Wearing it and being like, "Can you sign?" That would be bad. But like,
no, he's not doing. He's not doing it groupie style. He's not doing,
I mean, that's what. Yeah,
it's so hard as we get older, and as we get older, and I was going. Okay, so Luis, the one person in this chat who don't believe in me, I was going to buy. So you know how they do that you know how they do that NBA auction thing, like gameplay stuff.
Yeah.
Zuba's jersey was $240, like a gameplay jersey. But I was like, if I wear Zuba's jersey to the game, it's gonna be a jersey dress. I'm gonna look like a 2003 video vixen.
It would have been down to like your
yeah. He's too tall. But I guess I could have got that framed. But I don't want a non-signed Zubac frame jersey.
That would be. You're like, oh, you're big.
That'd be the biggest 180 for you, Carl. I kind of love that.
Yeah,
you're like, I'm actually half Croatian.
So I have a signed frame jersey. I got a Blake.
I mean, a classic. Yeah.
Yeah, he signed it. It was gifted to me, which was very nice. For those of you who don't know, I worked on White Men Can't Jump as a script punch-up artist. So if you thought the movie wasn't funny, you're welcome.
Luis probably didn't think it was funny.
Luis definitely did not like the movie.
Do you want Blake back, Carl?
You know what? I think it would be good karma for us this season, especially the way we fucking slumping right now.
Do you like the karma play?
You think he's good in the locker room at this point of his career?
Dude, I think he would crush in this.
I think he'd definitely be better than PJ Tucker.
Gotta be better than PJ Tucker. Gotta be better.
I don't know. This one's tough. Are you going to the game on Friday, Carl?
No, I don't have tickets until the 10th.
Damn. You're not getting that Russell Westbrook bobblehead of him not in a Clippers jersey?
Oh, him and his Kim Jong-un fit?
Yeah.
That fit's kind of hard, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I get for a bobblehead, yeah. If I was another bobblehead and I saw that fit, I would go, I wish I had that fit.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You
fellas,
getting
my
out of
phone
here?
die. I got to dip. I got.
Thanks for joining as always, Carl.
I love it. I love it. I'll text you guys. Person who's calling Adam Osland tonight?
I think it's me.
Yeah. I want to call. I want to call and talk some shit.
Really? Call in, dude. We'll tell him you are.
I always get scared. But
call in, bro.
Call in. He can't dunk on you. Just talk louder.
Yeah.
Tell him how much you can bench. He can't outbench you.
He can't. I could bench 3 of Adam. I'll post.
I don't know.
We can post some videos of me benching on
on Clips and Dip. Yeah, that's the content we need. People
That's
have been
what.
asking us
Yeah.
for that.
And Luis, I'm gonna come clean, bro. I'm gonna come clean. I hit 1 rep of 335, and it was dirty. My trainer did have to help me up, but I didn't. But I. Listen,
That's the 1 rep max.
That's the 1 rep max. I
Yeah.
do 5x5 with 315.
Hey, ain't nothing to sneeze at. That's wonderful. Yeah, that's great. That's more than PJ.
So I'm sorry I lied to you, Luis. I know you caught me being a fraud. I'm a fraud. I'm a failure.
All right. Thanks for coming by, Carl.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
Love you both.
Bye.
Love you.
So what? How do we go from here? We got about 10 minutes before we end this thing. Are we going to try and drum up positives?
I mean, I like dude. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, like this actual starting 5 is a championship caliber team. The rest, very questionable.
Not so much.
If you have that 5, though, right? If you have that 5, you have Norman Powell, who you absolutely can trust as a 6-man offensively. Will he get gamed out in playoff scenarios? Defensively, sure.
They'll try.
In some situations, for sure. You got Amir Coffey. That's a boost for sure. Is that 7 enough to win you 16 games?
Russ will play too.
Russ will play too.
Russ will play. Russ is not going to not play in the playoffs.
But at the same time, it is still only March, right? Like there is still time to hit another peak that we saw, like what we saw prior to the All-Star break, right?
They do have plenty of chances to rattle off some wins.
Yes.
In March. Yeah, I like this thing from Chunk Sampson. We need championship habits right now.
I agree. Yeah. And that's been the more so like that is the one thing that hurts a little bit less about this game is I think that it's so much worse when everyone is there and the team hasn't looked good. Like that to me is a lot more damning. That says a lot more about this team. This one, I mean, while it hurts and there's no reason to ever cough up a 21-point lead in the 4th, we were down 2 of 5 starters. We were down 40% of our starters.
I mean, still
not making excuses. Terrible loss, terrible process. Looked bad. The championship habits thing is very real. But also, how can you build championship habits with some of these rotations and some of these bench players, bro?
I feel
what are you doing?
You shifted gears so hard.
No, but I'm just saying. Like I said, I trust 7 of these guys. Beyond that, no, I don't. What do you want me to do?
Jeremy Mormon, to answer your question real quick, it is a player option.
Yeah,
for Russell Westbrook. I have a feeling he will opt into it.
Yeah.
Is he going to get a bigger contract than $5 million next year?
I mean, I think maybe someone would toss some mid-level at him. I don't know.
But would he want to put, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it depends. Charlotte?
Jeremy,
I don't know.
Jeremy, I couldn't agree more with this sentiment right here. So to connect the Chunk Sampson, who again, wonderful name, and the Will Updike point, also a good name. Championship habits really need to start with Kawhi putting guys in championship positions to win.
Yeah.
That's putting Russ out there with 4 shooters. That's putting everyone who was the 3 guys of Russ, PJ, and Plumlee all need to be around at least 3 shooters, and in most cases 4.
Yeah.
And so when PG and Zoo are back, we have to hope that we start to see championship level rotations, which is going to be difficult to balance with how many games we have in March.
I think part of that is too, though, like Ty Lue is really trying to balance the longevity of these guys with the amount of games that both, I think that personally they've set for themselves to play.
We're seeing it stack up with PG, right? Like
we're seeing it stack up, and like, I mean, in-game rest, if you want to call it that, or like however you run rotations to be as such, it like is very much a real thing, and you do have to think about the longevity. And while there's no reason for this team to fall below a 4 seed, as long as they can hang in right there, I'm still feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. It's difficult I
mean, it honestly helps us out a little bit too if we're like to stay out of the same bracket as the Nuggets.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm just I want to see who we're matching up with at the 5 seed, because I think we're going to stay at the 4. I think it's difficult because we do focus so much on this team on a daily basis that I'm still trying to give myself kind of a runway to really start judging them in terms of like, I know they need to be locked in. I'm not saying anything like that.
20 losses before 40 wins is somewhat of a barometer.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. But at the same time, we still want them to be playing. Like it starts again. Season starts Friday, right? Like we need this shit to be looking on point in about 6 games, or I am going to be sounding legit alarm bells.
In 6 games, so including this next 3, which is a back-to-back against the Timberwolves and the Bucks,
and then the Rocket. But I mean, like that's going to be difficult. They're probably going to lose both those games, would be my guess with how they're playing right now.
With the way they've looked so far, that it would be my assumption.
Specifically, just that back-to-back. After that, I don't know. We'll see where we're at. But I mean, again, Terrence Mann's on the upswing, which is incredibly crucial for this Clippers team. If you look at their rotation, Kawhi Leonard was phenomenal tonight, 26, 7, and 6, just 1 turnover. Some questionable rotations, absolutely. Some interesting, an outlier game from LeBron. It hurts. Not going to sit here and pretend like this loss doesn't hurt.
No, it hurts.
It is also embarrassing.
We're both hurting.
But that's just the way she goes sometimes for the Trailer Park Boys fans out there. Buyout market, who knows? No idea. PJ, let's sign Otto.
Yeah, I'm sure guys are
to root for an Otto.
I'm sure guys are just kind of weighing their options, because I'm like Otto, I'm sure is fielding a ton of calls. And there's a ton. I mean, like
Otto.
I just think there's a bunch of contenders that on a min you're cutting. Yeah, who do you like? You'll definitely cut somebody. Yeah.
Mike Muscala, yay or nay? For the content,
nay.
It's kind of funny. Cut Josh Primo, sign Mike Muscala. He'll shoot more than Tucker.
Yeah, I'm nay on it.
Big part of Clippers history. Helped us out in a pinch.
He did help us out. Man. He is a Clipper legend.
Clipper legend. All right, we should probably get out of here. Thanks to everyone who was hanging out.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry it was a sad hang. I thought this was going to be a fun one.
Not our fault, honestly. I'm not going to take any blame for it being kind of a sad hang. It's the Clippers' fault. Thank you to Carl Tart. We're going to put this on the live over on our channel, which is at Clippers Podcast. Subscribe. We do a podcast as well in audio form. This one won't be on there. And yeah, everyone try and feel somewhat optimistic. Oh, that's not what I meant to put up there. No problem, Scott. Like Carl said, we beat the Lakers every time. If that means we lose the series this year, chips or reverse jinx, he believes it. Let's go.
Yeah, I love it.
It's going to be okay. And yeah, we'll talk to everyone maybe on the radio later, and we'll have a full pod tomorrow or something. I don't know. We'll get it figured out.